Welcome back to Death Mark 2. Let's look around a little. Welcome back. Glad to see you're both safe. Yusoka and Hiro are the only people inside the infirmary. Where's Morohashi? Oh, she went to the restroom. Alone? She's aware of the dangers the shrine poses now. She's not headed into the forest. She should be fine. Kokori's not the only threat here, though. The Departed is roaming around the school as well. Although the Departed only kills their targets after issuing a notice, so Morohashi should be fine. Delinquent. Good thing she's not here then. I'll give you a quick summary of what's happened before she returns. There are things I don't want her to hear. I fill them in on what had happened in the forest. I see, so Kakuta is... It's painful to know that a young life has been taken. But does that mean Kakuta was hooligan? I forgot what voice I gave her. More or less. Kakuta stole a document about Fox Lakata, so he must have known something about it. Though I find it hard to imagine that he was acting on his own. Fox Lakata is a strong hallucinogen, so it'll surprise me if other people were doing something with it. It wouldn't surprise me if other people were doing something with it. A strong hallucinogen, huh? I'd like to study it at the Institute. It may be some new kind of alkaloid, very intriguing. Can you give me some of those Fox Lakartas to research once we wrap up the investigation? Probably not a good idea. Cut the crap, Hiro. This thing needs to be in the hands of the government. I'm gonna submit this shit to my friend at the DEA, and I'm not having it any other way, got it? Jeez, you're no fun. I'm back. Oh, you're already here. Hey, you better fill me in too. Don't leave me out on everything. Fine. Leaving out the bits about Kakuta's death, I tell her what happened in the forest. I concoct a story and say that I found the paper and the phone lying on the ground. Heh, so Kakuta was in the forest? Why was he there, though? Dunno, I think he got a call. Maybe his phone can tell us something? Unfortunately, it's broken. I've tried pressing the buttons, but... Let me take a look. Morohashi starts touching the phone screen like it's her own phone. It's not broken, the battery's just dead. Anyone with a phone should have been able to realize this. Jeez, how bad with tech stuff are you, Grandpa? Sorry, you got me there. I have a charger that'll work with this phone at home. Maybe we should try to charge it and see if we can get something out of it? My home's not far from here. This phone's going to be pretty useless to us with a dead battery. Let's take her up on her offer. Alright, I'll be right back. Never to be seen again. Morohashi quickly exits the infirmary. What should we do now? Should we wait until the kid calls us? I object to that course of action. We should resume the investigation. It is for your sake as well, Yoshiki. What do you mean by that, Yusoka? I can tell. You're being targeted by a spirit. Excuse me? Sooner or later, that spirit will find its way to you. If that happens while you're unprepared, you'll meet the same fate as Kakuta. Aw, for fuck's sake, why is everything so... As a renowned fortune teller and spiritualist, Yusuka's words carry a lot of weight. I thought maybe the clock would stop with Kakuta's death and we'd have a little more time before there was another target. But it turns out the clock is still ticking and it's counting down for me. But what should we do now? We still don't know who exactly Kokori is, right? That's something we can research. I have an idea. Remember the case from Kakuta's documents? Let's look into the murder of the mother and child at Lake S. That's been stuck in my head. How are we going to investigate that? Have Nakamatsu look it up on the internet for us. He should at least be able to pull up a general summary from somewhere. And by that I mean you go call him up. Wait, why do I have to do it? You know how to use the phone, just call him yourself. Nah, I don't really like talking to him. We're not really on the same wavelength. So that's your issue? I guess you can't expect nice otaku and hard-boiled ex-detective to get along. Looks like I'm going to have to be the one to call Eta. Just in case. I know there's a point where you shouldn't save. I don't think it's here yet. Hello, Yoshiki? What do you want me to look up? Can you look up any information you can find on the murder of a mother and child at Lake S? It may be connected to our investigation. Jeez, a mother and child being murdered? That sounds awful. I'll try to search. Found something. 10 years ago, a mother and child were beaten to death by a group of delinquents. I'll share some details now. It's pretty long, so you should probably start taking notes. I whip out my pen and write it down everything Ida says about the murder. Murder of a mother and child at Lake S. 10 years ago at Lake S in S City, a family who went camping was attacked by a group of young men. Mother Izumi Kiyohara, 37, and her daughter Koizu Kiyohara, 16, were beaten to death. The father, Masaki Kiyohara, was gravely injured but survived. He was hospitalized for 3 months. Masaki Kiyohara was a teacher at a school in H City, not far from S City. He continued to work there after the incident but later disappeared. Oh, so that's whose body we found. The crime was committed by 8 juveniles, all between the ages of 16 and 19. At the time of the crime, they were under the influence of mind-altering substances. Due to their ages, names of the perpetrators were not disclosed. The narcotic they were taking at the time was believed to be some new type of psychedelic mushroom. Of the 8 juveniles who were arrested, K was allegedly the drug dealer, was released due to insufficient evidence. So that's whose body it was. That's horrible. Those violent punks are scarier than spirits. Ida might have a point here. Spirits who curse humans are pretty frightening, but humans are responsible for creating spirits in the first place. The malicious actions of people cause grudges, and grudges create spirits. It's a chain of hatred that begins with humans. By the way, Yoshiki, I need to get going soon. Oh, you can leave the mansion if you want. Thanks for your help today, Ida. No problem at all. Talk to you soon, Yoshiki. So people might ask why I make so many different saves. It is mostly because if I need to go back and change something, I can do it easily. How'd it go, Yoshiki? Eda had a lot to share. I share the details of the murder with the other 3. I see, no wonder it was sticking in my head. Did you work on the case, Mashita? Come on, man. Use your brain a little bit. That case is 10 years ago. I wasn't on the force yet. But now I recall my mentor was one who told me about it. Nakamatsu pretty much covered the whole thing, though, so I don't have any additional info to add. Oh yeah, you can't give names. Do you think the mushrooms from that case are Fox Licata? This case is just full of mushrooms, huh? Can't argue with that. A curse involving mushrooms growing from your body. Kakuta being turned into mushrooms. The Fox Licata on the dead centipede in the petri dish. And now we've learned about the tragedy caused by the Fox Licata 10 years ago. Everything connected to mushrooms. K, the one who wasn't prosecuted. Could it have been Kakuta? God damn it, I just told you that case is 10 years old. There's no way Kakuta was involved back then. Could have been a brother. Well, it's pretty unlikely for him to have been directly involved. But he knew about Fox Licata. Oh, his brother. He reacted to the petri dish. He even hid the documents. Everything would tie itself up nicely if he turned out to be the mushroom dealer. Probably a brother. I imagine we don't have enough information yet, however. The key to discovering Mr. Kokori's identity is likely the link between the past and present cases. Or so I believe. Guess that's all we're gonna get out of this deduction session. What we need now is some solid evidence. Let's continue the investigation, Yashiki. We don't know where to start, though. We probably won't find anything in the forest or the shrine in the corridor. I have a place in mind. For real? I got some information from the forest that'll lead us to the next spot. Maybe? Right, the voice I heard when inspecting the bones. It's been a few days actually since I did this. Deep inside the old school, the dead fox god that looks alive inside the stomach. That voice told me to go investigate somewhere. Maybe heading to the location they meant will help us identify the corpse. And if we can learn about the person who became Mr. Kokori, we can start devising a plan of attack. Which sounds great, except we're running low on time. Should we really just trust something that I heard from a mysterious voice when so much is at stake? Having trouble making a decision? When you're running out of time, you need to make a tough choice. Just trust your instincts and hope for the best. You know what's most important when dealing with spirits, courage, and conviction. Thanks for the reminder. So I will be doing, like I said, the in-between game that goes with this, eventually. I'll go with my gut and act on information the voice gave me. Let's search for the dead fox god that looks alive in the depths of the old school. After this, I'll be doing a game called Color X Malice, which, if you're a supporter, you already know about it. Dead fox. Where could that be? I know we've seen one. I gotta think about it. Think I remember where it is? The new building, I believe. We don't need to go back to the Fox Forest yet. By the way, I will try to do a long play of the original game. I'm looking to see if I have the original files. If I don't, I will just download them. But I am glad you guys enjoy games like this. It is fun to get to do more horror. And doing the long plays is fun too. I don't know if people really like them. Let me know in the comment section if you enjoy long plays. No, I want to go up, please. Voice clearly said old school. Oh. Can I go to the old building from here? I think I can. Yes, I can. Okay. So, this is the old building you've been going on and on about, huh? Place looks run down and condemned. Bit odd that it's right in the middle of an active campus. Well, they don't really use it anymore, so they've been neglecting it for quite a bit. Not used anymore, huh? When you put it like that, it makes me wonder if this place was still used 10 years ago. 10 years ago? Oh, the Lake S murder. The victim's husband was a teacher. There's a chance he worked here. Bet you're thinking the same thing, otherwise why would you come here, eh? There's a chance the victim's husband used to be a teacher at Konohara Academy. But I chose to come to this place because of that voice told me to. The old building must refer to the old building. The old school must refer to the old building. Where the dead fox god looks alive, then. Where in the school might students study living things? Uh-oh. Was that the departed's voice again? The heck is this place? My body feels heavy. We better find the root of the curse. Doesn't look like the root of the curse is here. Okay, we gotta be quick. No, I think I know where the root of the curse is. We're looking for a fox statue. There it is. I knew I'd seen it before. The severe chill and overwhelming pressure instantly vanishes. Is that because the curse is no longer active here? An old atomical model covered in dust. It's in such bad shape it seems shockingly mundane. What a poor fate for this model if you think about it. Their skin is peeled off, their organs are exposed, and then they end up neglected like this.
これは
Bottles of liquid are lined up on the shelf. The liquid seems like formalin to me. Botanical specimens are floating inside the bottle. There's something behind the bottles, Yoshiki. Petri dishes are piled up along the back of the shelf. Inside our dishes are dissected flowers and leaves, as well as dried moss. Guess someone must have been pretty active plant collecting in the past. If these plants are endemic species from fox forests, the person who collected them might be the author of the research journal. That means this dish used to be here too. Let's get another look at our happy little boy. How you doing? We missed you, Mr. Centipede. I see. But I don't get how the dish got from here to the shrine. I don't know either. It might be a spiritual phenomenon. I gotta say, this little dish has been an invaluable help on this case. I feel like my steps in this investigation are being choreographed by someone else. Maybe the spirit wants to be helped.
ここ
A pile of mold-infested cardboard boxes. Mishita, help me examine all these boxes. What a pain in the ass. I'll inspect the box on the left side. You take the two boxes on the right. I pick up the pile of boxes and put them down. The heavy box is filled with old books and prints. I rummage through them, but I don't find anything worth noting. This one. Did you find something? Look at this, Yoshiki. The box Mishita is gesturing at is filled with old lab equipment. I find something small hiding amongst the test tubes and beakers. Yes! Another tooth.
よし
Find an old steel cabinet. There's something behind the glass door. Let's get a closer look. I peer through the dusty glass. It's a dissection scalpel that was probably used for experiments. The cabinet is locked, though, and I can't get it open. There is a stuffed fox specimen on the shelf. A fox god. We definitely need to inspect this closely. Looking at the creature's features, the stuffed fox is real, one intended to be used for education. It was probably taxidermied by an artisan. This fox looks alive. It's a shame such a fine item is sitting neglected here. The color of its fur is faded. What do we have? Take out the petri. Okay, no, that won't work. Can't get this open. We need something. Let's switch. Let's go backwards. There's dead insect lying inside a dusty sink. The cursed tooth is rolling around. Ooh, found it. Found it. This cursed tooth is the cause of all this. Break that thing now. Yeah, okay. Reach my hand into the sink and pick up the tooth. Ugh. This is bad. I'm getting dizzy. Shit. My hand slips and the tooth falls. Shouldn't be that far away. I've gotta find it fast. Something small rolling on the floor. I point my light toward it, and fortunately, it's the cursed tooth I was looking for. Phew, found it. Good thing it didn't go under this desk. Yeah, definitely. Raising my foot, I crush the tooth. The cursed tooth shatters into pieces. My body feels much lighter now. The curse-like phenomenon plaguing this place has subsided. So I think I have the wrong person. Let me try switching. We haven't actually brought her out for a lot. I know she doesn't like ghosts and stuff.
さて誰を連れて行こうか
Just go straight to the connecting corridor this time. Like I said, I love the little animations. I do hope we get another game in this series. I don't know if they're planning one. This one apparently came out in 2022 and didn't get translated until 2024. So I would really hope we get another one. Like I said, there's a middle one I do need to show off. And I do love this series a lot. I think it's great. It's one that doesn't get more love. That's why I kind of want to do the long video of the original one, so you guys can hear how I was when I first started doing these, and I was terrible. Okay, don't have an item. Let's look around again. Bottles of liquid are lined up the shelves. I find an old steel cabinet. There's something behind the glass door. Let's take a closer look. No matter how old it might be, school property is still school property. I don't want to break it. I peer through the dusty glass. I need that scalpel. Cabinet door is locked, though, and I can't open it. There's got to be something I missed looking at. Maybe the outside area because of the curse? I wonder if that could be it. Numerous dead insects are lying in the sink. This school is full of bugs.
ここ
There's a large shelf against the wall. It seems like it was used to store lab equipment in the past. There doesn't seem to be anything behind the dirty glass door. Wait, I take that back. Something sparkles when I point my flashlight inside. There's a small key inside the shelf. There's no tag attached to it. What's this key for? There we go. It's because I didn't look in. Yeah, that's fair. It had the curse, so I guess I didn't examine. So now I can go into this. I insert the small key into the keyhole. The door opens with a delightful crisp clack. I open the door and find a dissection scalpel inside. Despite all the dust, the scalpel isn't that rusty, and it can probably still cut things. I feel bad doing this to it. Deep inside the old school, the dead fox god that looks alive. That must be referring to this fox. I need to check what's inside its stomach. Maybe whatever secret's inside this fox's stomach can shine a light on Mr. Kokori's identity. I've got a feeling something will happen when I figure out what the secret is. If there are things that we haven't done yet, we'd better finish them before doing this. Should we cut open the stuffed fox stomach? I believe we have everything we need. I get the dirty scalpel from my bag and approach the stuffed fox. I press the tip of the scalpel to the fox's belly. And then slice it open. The fox's stomach is gaping. Yikes. A swarm of tiny bugs pour out of the fox's stomach. Given how old the fox is, I should have expected something like this, but even still, I can't help but be disgusted. Brushing away the bugs, I stick my hand inside the stomach cavity. Huh? This is... What did you find? This thing. I show Hiro the plastic square I found. This isn't this a floppy disk? You know what this is, right, Yoshiki? I'm just asking to be sure. It's the thing you use to save data on for a computer, isn't it? Correct. If we have a computer with a floppy drive, we should be able to see the data on this disk. Computer, huh? Now that I think about it, I remember seeing a laptop in the faculty room. There's no way. We better hurry if we have any idea of where this is. We need to gather as much information as possible before Mr. Kokori shows up. God, that is an old-ass laptop if that has a floppy disk thing. Whoa. This is... We have to be very careful. Oh, hi! Hi, girlfriend. How you doing? The Departed? There. Hero's voice starts to crack due to fear. No matter how much I try to prepare myself, I always freeze up before The Departed. I can't even speak, much less move. My dear husband. Kokori's resentment killed Hooligan. My dear husband, Kokori's resentment has killed Hooligan. You are next. He is already here. Should you survive, you'll become my real husband. But you can't save the soul as you are now. You will die here. Tonight. The Departed is gone. What did they mean? I can't save this soul? Hey, Yoshiki, did they say something? Yeah. I tell Hiro what the Departed just told me. I don't get it. By he's coming, did they mean? Exactly. We can't run from here until we deal with Mr. Kokori. You really think we're ready to do that? They said you can't save the soul now, right? The current me can't save the spirit's soul. This is just another hunch, but is it because I'm lacking the key information I need? If that's the case, there's no way I can save this spirit. What do I still need? This floppy disk must be the key. I need to see what's on it immediately. It'll all be alright, right? They're just spouting a bunch of nonsense to get you worked up. Hiro raised her voice frantically. I don't have a response for that right now. What should I do? Confrontation with Kokori labeling us hooligans. Kokori cursed us and tried to kill us. Before confronting him, we need to coordinate all the information we have, or else we won't stand a chance. The hooligans, Fox Forest, and Fox Lakata must be linked to the Lake S incident. We walked toward the door trying to leave the science room. However, that's what he meant. Hey, buddy. How you doing? I'm greeted with the vision of a decaying body covered in mushrooms, wearing a mask resembling a beast's skull. Look at our boy. Look at him. Look at his gun. A hideous-looking Kokori is standing right before my eyes. What should we do? I can't guarantee that we're fully prepared to fight Kokori. I want to run, but the door is blocked and we don't have another way out. What should we do then? Like, we really have much of a choice but to fight. At that moment, Kokori lets out a terrifying scream. My entire body is racked with crippling pain. Ooh! Look at that! Nice! We're bad. What is this pain? What are those, mushrooms? I hear an unpleasant sound of something growing for a second time. Hiro screams, clutching their neck and crouching down. My neck. Looks like mushrooms have started invading Hiro's body as well. Reminds me, this is the same mushroom curse that inflicted Morihashi. I love the black and white image too, it's so much more disturbing. So then, if the mushrooms invest our whole bodies, what awaits us is death. Kokori simply stares at us in silence. Is he trying to kill us with the curse? He's not showing any signs of readying his gun. I should also go upgrade when this is done. What does he want to do? Does he want us to say our names or what? Boss Lakarta document. It wasn't Masaki, was it? No, it wasn't Kau. It was... might have been Masaki. Let's try Masaki and see. Information regarding the Lake-esque incident is mentioned in the Fox Lakarta notes. I've also obtained the name of the victims thanks to Eita. Using this as a foundation, I tell Hiro whose name we should give Kokori. Kokori, your name is probably Masaki Kiyohara. Kokori seems to accept this answer. Oh, is he responding to us? Kokori stays still for a moment. I guess he really is. Kiyohara, I was right. God, that's so dark. Assuming the science teacher who was investigating Fox Lakarta was the victim of the Lake-esque incident, and that the mushroom and the culprits behind the incident were hooligans, it all aligns to Kokori's fixation. Therefore, the victim of that incident, Kiyohara, is the natural choice for Kokori. Looks like this was the right choice. Kokori looks at us in silence. What was the question just now? What does he want us to do? No idea. I feel like he's testing us right now. Kokori suddenly lets out a shriek. Well, I mean, that's something. Oh! Oh, baby! That's a face. That is a face only a mother can love. Let's get a good look at that face. Woo, doggy. Baby, put back on the mask. His mask then falls off, revealing the hideous, decaying face. Kokori glares at us and growls. I feel dizzy and my arm is hurting really bad. Shit, it's messing up with my arm now. Oh no, this is bad. He's totally going to kill us. We have no idea what Kokori's real intention is. We're going to be killed at this rate. What should we do? I love the weird sound. Oh. Does he want us to give him a name again? I get the feeling that a wrong answer is going to kill us. We need to really think this over. I can't really do much. Hiro tries to recall the name of the hooligans who fought with the Fox Lakarta inside this petri dish. Come on, come on. Kokori, the one you hate is Student K. Kokori's breath becomes more shallow. He seems satisfied with that answer. Assuming Kokori is Kiyohara, he lost his family to a bunch of delinquents in the Lake-esque incident. The culprits were under the influence of Fox Lakarta, which was sold by Student K. Making things worse, Student K wasn't arrested. He's basically the root cause of all of Kokori's problems. Looks like this was the right choice. Kokori lets out an eerie howl. Then he slowly vanishes into thin air. In a flash, the pain disappears as quickly as it came. The strange object covering my head and arm have disappeared. It's over? What was that sound? Upon hearing that eerie scream, I've started to feel dizzy. What'd you come back for? Is Kokori attacking us again? Or is it Kokori attacking us again, Yoshiki? What's happening? Kokori should have disappeared. Why is he here again? Is he smiling? Well, who knows? Or is he suffering? My dizziness is getting worse. What's wrong, Yoshiki? Hero's scream sounds so distant. My consciousness is fading. I love how that just came in real quick. My consciousness is fading as the curtain of darkness descends upon me. Right. This voice is... It is the departed. Don't eat me, bitch. Oh God, don't eat me. I hear a sound. The disgusting sound. The same disgusting sound as before. Is Kokori being devoured? But why? We hadn't even finished with him. My dear husband, you were supposed to die here, but you resisted fate, stood against fear. Now I am convinced you are my real husband. Take a look. Did I get a bad ending? Oh God! Oh God! Lady, I want a divorce. Oh, I want a divorce so badly. Baby, can we at least put the bag over your head for tonight? Before my eyes, the departed transforms. Their head splits open, revealing their new form, one even more hideous than the last. The souls combine, take off my old clothes, and put on new clothes. I want to be beautiful, more beautiful than others. We will exchange vows later. Please wait, dear husband. Literally, I'm absolutely not interested, but thank you. Please put this bag all over your body so I never have to see you again. Do I have to censor ? I mean, they look more like claws, right? Yeah. I'm stricken with a massive headache, and my feet falter beneath me. What in the world is happening? What is that thing? The lights are supposed to be off, yet they emit a dim light. A red light. Ugh. Hiro collapses to the ground. While Hiro has lost consciousness, there aren't any physical injuries that I can find. Hey, Hiro, are you okay? I grab Hiro by the shoulders and give a firm shake. Ooh, Yoshiki. I help Hiro off the floor. Thank you. What's that light? Is that Mr. Kokori's doing? I have no idea, honestly. Hiro, can you recall anything? Me? I can't remember a thing. I lost consciousness the moment Mr. Kokori started behaving oddly. That reminds me, where is Mr. Kokori? He's not here. Did you do something to him? No. The one who killed Mr. Kokori is... The sight I witnessed when I was on the brink of fainting. The departed devoured Mr. Kokori. And then their bodies underwent a horrible transformation. What's wrong? No, it's nothing. I don't really know anything either. I'm still coming to my senses, too. I doubt telling Hiro about that bizarre scene is going to clear anything up. Let's return to the infirmary. Maybe Yosoka can give me some answers. Let's go, Hiro. Both of us leave the science room. Oh, my alarm went off. Now that I've turned off my alarm. Is this going on over the entirety of the old building? Let's head back to the new building before anything else bad happens. I mean, yeah, you probably don't want to stay here with the red light. I can feel someone's gaze on me. I'm getting deja vu for some reason. Oh, it's her again. Oh, she looks a bit better. Is it me or does she look a little better now? Like maybe she's repairing slightly? Or the face wasn't always broken? The female doll is standing in the darkness. Her damaged face has been fixed. I was right. How can that be? Why did her appearance change? In addition to the departed's, they're connected. I have to share it. Her words are clearer now than before. Kokori's resentment still lingers. Kokori not forgive those possessed by demons. Return red demons where they belong. Oh, the petri dish. The female doll then disappears into the darkness. I wonder if the doll is the beauty that the departed lost. The Kokori's resentment is still lingering? I can't immediately refute that. If Mr. Kokori has been devoured by the departed before his soul was saved, perhaps the lingering resentment still bears its fangs at the living beings. If that's true, then its target is still... Hey, Ishiki. Why'd you just stop all of a sudden? The new building is just right ahead. Okay. There's something. There's still something I can do to save Mr. Kokori. I wonder what she means by return the red demon to where it belongs. So this is the point where you should not... I don't think you should save. I don't think you're supposed to go back to the building. We have the red demon, so we should take it back to the forest. At least that's what I think. Well, Hiro, now you get to go into the forest. I know you've been so eager to do this. So I believe the next chapter will probably be The Departed. I can't imagine we're going to get much more ghosts, but I could be wrong. Like I said, I do really love the new things they've done to this. I really do hope we get another one. I love this. If you guys know any horror visual novel series similar to this that you want to see me do, please let me know in the comment section. I'm also doing long ones from, again, the other channel. We've returned to the grounds of the shrine once again. Hey, why have we come here? I have something to tell Mr. Kokori. Huh? Just wait here, Hiro. I head towards the inner area of the grounds by myself. Mr. Kokori, I mean, Masaki Kiyohara's corpse is resting here. A man whose life and family were ruined by Fox Lakata. To add insult to injury, these mushrooms are growing on his corpse as if mocking his tragedy. Return the red demons to where they belong. If red demons are referring to Fox Lakata, then there's no other place they belong more than right here. Take a look at this, Kiyohara. I take the creepy petri dish from my bag. And then I throw it into the nearby bush. That should be enough, right? What did you do? I threw out the petri dish. Huh? But why? Fox Lakata wasn't supposed to be taken outside the forest. This is what Mr. Kokori wants. But Fox Lakata is such an amazing plant. If we research it, we might find new development methods. Spirits don't really accept that kind of nuance. Mr. Kokori views everyone who takes Fox Lakata from the forest as hooligans. You know how all those hooligans met their ends, right? If you're prepared for the potential consequences, it's all yours. Hiro's complexion turns a paler shade of white. With a crippling fear of spirits, that should give her more than enough reason to change her mind. Fine, I get it. Damn it, it's such a massive disappointment. I've been thinking about getting those mushrooms back to the lab ever since we found them. You heard that, Kiyohara? I'll report your case to the cops once everything's settled, so you should just rest peacefully until then.
Yoshi.
I don't think there's anything else to look at. Kiyohara is sleeping in the depths of this bush. There's no need for me to disturb his sleep any longer. We should just leave him alone. I agree. I think we've really done everything we can. Go all the way. Okay, so we can't just fast travel. So once again, huge thank you. I am glad you guys are supporting this. Like I said, please feel free to request games. I'm always looking forward to doing new ones. And somebody did ask if this was an H game. It is not. This is a mature game because of some of the stuff it deals with, but not an H game. It's just the art is really amazing. So I think we should be able to get back soon. Hopefully that did calm him down a little bit. No way. What on earth is this? Toilets are flushing, the piano is playing. Who would have thought the paranormal phenomenon would occur in the new building as well? This is the first time I've witnessed a spirit operating as strongly and brazenly as this. Don't tell me the special buildings also. Hurry, Ishiki. Well, we can't do anything here. We can't teleport, so we can go back to the specialty building at least. The special building is as peaceful as ever. The lights haven't turned red like the ones in the other buildings. Phew, we should be safe for now. What was that phenomenon anyway? A really pissed off spirit. I've got an idea, though it's just a hunch. Both the female doll and Konohara Academies changed once the departed transformed. That can't be mere coincidence. Oh, that's right. We've got to check the floppy disk before going to Yasuka. We don't know that Mr. Kokori is gone for good, so I'd like to gather all the info we can just in case. You have a point. So this is basically a warning not to go back to the infirmary yet. We still have some unsolved mysteries regarding Mr. Kokori. Not to mention that the doll also said his resentment is still lingering. And if that's true, our lives will be at risk until the resentment has been placated. All the stuff concerning the departed and the red lights are certainly worrisome, but we better focus on Mr. Kokori as the imminent threat. Let's go look at the faculty room. So yeah, this is kind of a threat. Don't go back to the infirmary yet. You learn when you play these games. If they're saying, hey, you probably need to go here, you really should. Faculty room is empty at this time of night. I need to find that laptop quickly. Right there. There's a laptop on the desk. We can check the data on the floppy disk with this. You do the work, Hiro. This isn't my cup of tea. Alright, I got it. Hiro turns on the laptop, and then inserts the floppy disk. Why is it just so much? I see. They're documents from 10 years ago. These files predate operating systems with a GUI. These go back to the days of command lines. These files themselves are still readable by modern word processor software, I hope. Hiro may as well be speaking a foreign language. I don't understand a thing they said. After a while, some text finally appears on the screen. This is... I'm writing this here just in case. I summoned Kei to the forest. Kei is Mitsuru Kuromine. He's a hooligan who'll probably bring his gang of thugs with him, so I've decided to bring my hunting rifle. I've become a demon, both physically and mentally. The next fox demon of this cursed forest. I'll terrorize them and kill every single one of them. Even if I die or sacrifice my soul, I shall destroy my enemy, Masaki Kiyohara. Isn't this pretty much a farewell note? And this Masaki Kiyohara person, he's probably our Mr. Kokori. Adding Kiyohara's note to the other information we have thus far, we can see the whole story. 10 years ago, Kiyohara's wife and child were murdered by delinquents at Lake S. The boys were junkies addicted to Fox Lakata, and the one who sold them was hooligan Kei. Kei was Kuromine, a delinquent from Konohara Academy. After learning his identity, Kiyohara summoned Kuromine and his friends to the forest with the intention of getting revenge. At that moment, he became the fox demon of the cursed forest. Wearing white clothing complete with a fox mask, he copied how Mr. Kokori looked. He probably saw something of himself in the spirit who killed hooligans that disgraced the shrine. However, he never got his revenge. Kuromine and his friends killed him and buried him in the forest. That skeleton corpse was Kiyohara. Whoop. Just clicked right off it, didn't I? His resentment still lingered even after his death. Thus, his regret became a spirit. Oddly enough, a spirit that looked like Mr. Kokori. And that is how his revenge began claiming hooligans addicted to Fox Lakata. One of them is Kakuta. I guess we've learned enough. Let's report this to Yasuka and the others in the infirmary. I think it's safe. We should share the information we have on Mr. Kokori with the others. They should be waiting for it. I'm gonna preemptively save just in case. We're to go long today. Welcome back, you two. Mind telling us what happened out there? I tell them all the events that have happened up to this point, including the moment the departed devoured Mr. Kokori and transformed. The sight that only I could see, a sight I wish I was merely hallucinating. What the? A spirit transformed after devouring another spirit? I've never heard such a thing before. What a monster. It doesn't make any sense. Don't scare me like that. The three mark bearers all take this news differently. Shocked and confused, honestly, I feel all the emotions. What if this transformation made them stronger? That explained the red lights from earlier. Does that mean things have taken a turn for the worst? Most likely. I wonder what they're planning next now that they've gained the powers and transformed. More terrifying things may be in store ahead. Awful. Ugh. A heavy silence falls over the infirmary. The departed has grown stronger, and there's nothing we can do about it. Our sense of fear grows alongside the sense of powerlessness that we feel. The phone on the desk is ringing. I should answer it. Hello? It's Murahashi. I've charged Kakuta's phone. Have you checked what's on it? Of course. I'll tell you what it says now, so you better take notes. I prepare to write down the contents of Kakuta's phone as Maruhashi relays it to me. Contents on Kakuta's phone. There is a series of messages from MK. MK had entrusted Kakuta to manage the fox Lakata in the forest, but when their secret about it was about to be exposed, he told Kakuta to dispose of them. He threatened to tell the world about Kakuta's assault case if Kakuta betrayed him. Kakuta reluctantly agreed. MK didn't send any messages after 2 weeks, until today after school when Kakuta got 2 new messages from him. However, the text was too garbled to decipher. MK. I recall the time I saw Kakuta in that storage room. He was murmuring something while looking at his phone. I was summoned. I have to go. Or else I'll be killed. MK. Oh, because we thought that was Mr. Kakuta. It's pretty clear he was acting under MK's directions. That Kakuta is a pretty messed up kid for someone who's on the disciplinary committee. Yeah, about that. Kakuta didn't have anything to do with the Lake S incident. However, he got himself mixed up with Fox Lakata because of MK's blackmail. And that's how he met his end. Mr. Kokori, Kiyohara won't forgive anyone who's addicted to Fox Lakata. Thanks, Murahashi. I was just repaying my debt since I caused you so much trouble before, alright? I'm hanging up now. Say hi to Miss Yasuka for me. It was that girl, right? What did she say? I tell the others everything Murahashi told me. Hey, MK, you think they're the person named K mentioned in the Lake S murder case? I do. In Kiyohara's farewell note, K's full name was Mitsuru Kuromine, which means that K from the which means sometimes you get tongue-tied when doing this. And I like to leave those in because people laugh. Which means that K from the Lake S case has the initials MK. It's a pretty likely fit for him to also be the MK who was messaging Kakuta. Kuromine continued to gather Fox Lakata secretly even after the Lake S incident. He exploited Kakuta's weakness and had him watch over his crops too. What's with the frown, Machida? I knew it. I knew Mitsuru Kuromine. That jogged my memory. So, is he a criminal you've arrested in the past? No, the opposite. Mitsuri Kuromine's a cop. His career is a bureaucrat in the Metropolitan Police Department. His pops is in the top brass, so he joined the cops because everyone expected him to follow his pop's foot. That's how he got off! Wait a minute. He wasn't prosecuted, but Kuromine was still a suspect in the Lake S case. And he's still selling Fox La Carta. How is it possible that a fiend like that can still be a cop? Cops are just people. There's saints and fiends in every group of people. Doctors, teachers, military, cops. And like I said earlier, his daddy's a top brass. Sweeping a case like this under the rug would take some effort, but his pops was so high up he could definitely take care of it. Are you serious? So he escaped punishment for Lake S and he's blackmailing students to do his dirty work even now? What a shameless scumbag. That's exactly the kind of guy Kuromine is. A selfish asshole who'd stoop to anything as long as it gave him the slightest benefit. In addition, Kurahara's spirit is unable to find peace due to that miscreant. How unforgivable. Is there anything more we can do, Moshita? Nope. It's out of my hand. It's out of our hands. No matter what evidence we find, we'll never be able to take him on to trial. What do you mean by that? Kuromine's already dead. What? I remember reading about in the newspaper about half a month ago. He died while relaxing at the lake. Accidental death, they say. God sorted it out. And that lake he was relaxing at, you guessed it, it was Lake S. What a coincidence. Or maybe it wasn't a coincidence at all. For an arrogant, entitled man with power like Kuromine, the deceased must have seemed as powerless as the living. To him, spirits were just another made-up construct like morals or dignity, and that he could disregard. So that's why he could kill so easily. But for those like us, we know the grudges of the dead aren't just ghost stories. The deceased are not powerless. That concludes our investigation for the night. Not everything is cleared up. There are some mysteries that remained unsolved. But there's no one left who can resolve the mysteries. Both Kakuta and Kuromine are dead. I start getting ready to leave the school, though I'm still feeling uneasy for some reason. Welcome back, Yoshiki. Did you lock the door? Yeah. Do they force you to work as a janitor too? You're putting way too much effort into this. Hey, we can't let people loiter inside the school or the number of victims is going to increase. As soon as the words leave my mouth, I feel how empty they are. Hiro and Mishita are the only ones in the infirmary. There's no sign of Yasuka. Where's Yusuka? I called a taxi and sent her home. I mean, this is usually bedtime for geezers, right? She's way too energetic for her age. You're really rude, you know that? If I hear you being charged with harassment, I'm totally going to believe you're guilty. I've never harassed anyone in my life. Shall we head home now, too? I'll drive you both to the station as thanks. Having lost both his wife and child in the brutal incident, Kiyohara investigated things himself and found the true culprit, Kei, aka Kuromine. However, he couldn't get his revenge and was beaten to death by the hooligans. His intense resentment turned him into the spirit known as Kakori. Using Kakuta's weaknesses, Kuromine ordered the boys to manage the Fox La Carta in the forest, a source of income for him. But was the MK who had been texting Kakuta really Kuromine? Even more unsettling, after the departed devoured Kakori, it transformed. What exactly is going on? Oh, that kind of sucks. I'm surprised the departed isn't bitching about the spirit's taste. After checking whether or not the door is locked, we leave the special building. And then we head to the main gate. For now, there's nothing we can really do about the red lights in the school. If it is really a spirit's doing, everything should be back to normal once the sun rises. You get back and there's just middle fingers drawn on every window and the sign, I ain't leaving bitches, I'm here during the day now. Look, hey, maybe it's a science teacher. Maybe it'll help him with science classes. By the way, Yoshiki, give me back my paper bag. You can keep it if you like it so much, though. Take it back. You can take it. Why would I want such a dangerous thing anyway? Because you're not American, you don't know the fun of it. I take the gun from the paper bag and hand it back to Mishita. What in the world are you doing now? I just want to go home already. We're just leaving. It's not over yet, folks. We haven't hit save. My car slowly leaves the school and heads towards M Tower Station. They should be able to catch the last train. Say, Yoshiki. My God, I love the art. Mishita murmurs in the passenger seat, eyes fixed on the scenery outside. I glance at him indirectly, telling him to continue. He must be tired, his complexion looks darker than usual. Kakuta went to the Fox Forest this evening. He got an order from MK, Koromine. Yeah, he did. Don't you find that weird? Yeah, I was about to say. Now that he mentions it, something about that doesn't feel right. The thoughts get stuck in my head. What's wrong with it? The message itself. So you picked up on it too, huh? Of course. Are you telling me ghosts are better with electronics than these people? Except, you know, Hiro. Koromine died half a month ago. It's impossible that he's the one that sent that message. It's illegal. I'm never gonna stop quoting Silent Hill 2 Chibi Edition, am I? So there's a chance that MK isn't Koromine. The previous message from Koromine's death must be from him. But the message he got today was strange, and the fact that the text was garbled. In the first place, how could Kakuta even read that message when it was garbled? Digimon. Oh my god, it's the Digimon game again! Okay, that's a spoiler. If you're watching the other channel, that's coming out. Everything's just so confusing. Hey. Hiro, who's sitting in the back seat, cuts in. You give it a rest already. This case is solved. I feel sorry for Kakuta, but what's done is done. But let's be grateful that we managed to survive tonight. Just focus on what you have to do, or else you'll go insane. Oh, Hiro. My job is dissecting animals, you see. There are times when I feel depressed after thinking about the value of life and the animals I've had to kill. I can't even pretend that all the testing I've done is for the pursuit of science and the betterment of society. I'm not good at fooling people. I take a glance at the rearview mirror. Her smile is somewhat self-deprecating. Do you know why I continue doing my job? Because I realize that's just how life works. I gotta do what I need to do. We're not gods, we're not rulers, we can't save everyone, and we can't just change the world. Still. Oh, really? So you believe you can be a god, huh? That's an amusing level of delusion for someone who's your age. You can't tell me what to do. Mom said I could be a god. I am a god, damn it! I'm an eldritch god. Don't tell me I can't be what I am. I'm gonna go tell my big brother. Carl! I drop Mishita and Hiro off to M Tower Station. Then I drive through the night, heading towards Kojo Mansion. Kujo Mansion, I can read. As I arrive at the mansion, the phone's ringing. I can't even relax. Who's calling this late at night? Hello? It's Kinokawa. Sorry for calling so late. What's wrong? I can't stop thinking about Mr. Kokori's case. Are you alright? I survived at least. But Kakuta's dead. Huh? The karate man? Yeah, I failed again. I share the night's events with Michio. I realize I shouldn't talk about it with a student, even though she's trying to help me. However, my mouth starts going before I can think about it, and it'd be more trouble to stop talking once I've started. Maybe I'm just too exhausted to care. Oh, I see. I get why you're blaming yourself, but it's not your fault. It's the Departed's. We need to put a stop to the Departed quickly. We'll help you figure out who it is. Why? Why are you still helping me even after everything terrible you've gone through? Is it really just curiosity? They're still cursed, you know. At first, yeah, but now I'm doing this because I don't want you to die. You saved our lives and you understand our curse. That made us both so happy because we didn't think we'd ever have the guts to tell anyone about it again. Michio. Remember this, Mr. Yoshiki. You're not just a teacher for both Hime and I. You're our precious teacher. Me, their precious teacher? I never expected anyone to call me that when I'd been told I'd have to fill in as a temporary teacher. I should feel some kind of pride over it, but it triggered a memory of something Mashita told me. What you should do is start looking at everyone around you as a potential suspect. Are you listening, Mr. Yoshiki? Oh yeah. Sorry, I was spacing out a little. I guess I'm just exhausted from tonight. Well, that's natural. Sorry for taking up your time. Have some rest. Good night. Suspect everyone, huh? That's tough to do. The night goes on and I can't bring myself to go to sleep. I'm afraid to close my eyes, no, afraid to even turn off the light. My eyes flit over the window, displaying the moonlight outside, triggering a memory from earlier tonight. God, stop showing me that thing. The Departed was roaming about with their new form. I recall what they said, and now I'm convinced that you're my real husband. All these incidents must have been some sort of test to see if I'm worthy of being their husband. And it seems like these tests have ended tonight. The Departed has acknowledged me as their real husband. No, God. Time to turn gay, Yoshiki. The ending that the Departed desires. I feel like the day is fast approaching. Then I'll be asked to exchange vows at the school grounds, all lit in red. That's it? So we are going to save and call here, and we will begin Chapter 6 next time. Thank you guys so much for joining, and if you guys want to help out the channel, please think about becoming a member here on YouTube, or a patron or subscribe star member. Bye, guys.